probably your best wrestler on the roster. This is probably the most marquee matchup of the duel. A tough start for the Spartans, but if they can recover, get it back in the W column with 197, I think that's really important to keep their hopes of winning the duel alive.
One Vanadia unable to win. Maybe brother Vanadia can get a win. It would be for the other side here, as Ben Vanadia is having himself a great season.
He really is. You can see how he comes out really good at getting to his hand fight initially. Good outside tricep tie. Really good adjustment there. Kind of a push single with the left hand. Wisler doing a nice job of defending, playing the edge. But Vanadia being patient, trying to work up this leg, get above the knee like he's doing. He's got to be really methodical in working through this position. Wisler continues to do a nice job, but Vanadia looking for that far ankle, and he gets it and secures the three-point takedown to take the early 3-0 lead.
I like he took his time there. Like he had most of it complete, but still had to finish it off.
Yeah, and I think a lot, I mean, in college wrestling, a lot of these guys can get two leg attacks. What happens after you get it on the leg is where folks really separate, and in that single leg position in particular, you have to be so methodical in keeping your grip tight to the leg, working up the leg towards the hip, and then progressing across to the edge. Yeah, and you can see here, you know, all of that work on that single leg ultimately got him to that opposite leg, able to wrap up both and work into a nice ride and build up some early riding time in the first period.
Set, cover green, here we go.
Vanadia actually lost to his former teammate on Sunday to Rutgers. Remy Cotton transferred over. You know, that was one of the things Roger Chandler had talked about. That's hurt them. They've lost a couple of transfers, and he's still trying to adjust and fill out his lineup for this year, but never easy when guys do well and then head out.
Yeah, and that's one of the challenges in the current landscape. You know, finding some of these late bloomers that come to your program, you coach them up for a year or two, and then, you know, the rest of the national scene takes notice and they can keep getting recruited. It just makes it really difficult for a lot of programs, and that's what I think is so unique about Purdue. I mean, they had such a great core last year. You know, 13 players at the NCAA tournament. They've got 9 starters back. They didn't lose anybody to the transfer portal, so I think it's a testament to the culture that Coach Ersland's built at Purdue, the belief in the guys that, you know, they can achieve their goals of becoming national champions in that room, and having, you know, Ramos in the room still as an assistant coach, having Joey Blaze as a returning NCAA finalist.
Okay, we're gonna go neutral, one red.
I mean, that stuff is huge as you think about buy-in from the team.
Well, it's been all Purdue here to start this duel, and look at this, Vanadia getting in on a leg again, seeing if he get a second takedown. Wisler does get the escape, and there it is. Just great drive forward right there to finish that off.
Yeah, really good job. And again, you'll see when he gets in on the single, he's got his hands split, which is different from, I think, what a lot of folks learn early in their careers. And, you know, if you can get that inside hand above the knee, get that inside shoulder into his hamstring, you're isolating that hip, and it just makes it so hard for that bottom guy, or I guess, you know, defending guy in neutral, eventually bottom guy, to keep separation and fight off the leg. So really, really solid work by Vanadia in this first period.
The redshirt senior out of Brecksville, already with 5 ranked wins this year. He had 18 victories a season ago, and they were, you know, a lot of people at Purdue saying he was potentially snubbed. They thought he was going to sneak into the NCAA tournament a season ago and just missed the cut.
Green choice. That's you guys. You guys are green.
A great job, as you said, driving forward, getting that leg up, and just working up the body, and immediately getting to a ride and getting Wisler flat. I mean, this is a great start if you're Ben Vanadia.
For Kael Wisler, he's the captain for Michigan State, one of them at least. Got injured last year, 9-5 season, but they absolutely love him in the wrestling room in East Lansing. A guy that Roger Chandler said, listen, we want someone that is committed 100% to wrestling and 100% to academics, and that is Kael Wisler.
Yeah, and I mean, those are the guys that you want, you know, having the most success and sort of dictating the culture of your team. And you know, he's been an awesome representative of the university since he stepped on campus. Such a hard worker, and, you know, to be in the rankings in a really tough weight class at 197, you know, it's very clear he's doing everything right.
Right here, he's just trying to get out from bottom. over 2.5 minutes of Ben Vanadia riding time racked up.
Yeah, he's just really been struggling to keep his base. Vanadia is doing a great job of breaking him down and keeping him down. Wisler's got to do a better job of getting off the whistle quick, trying to keep his hands off the mat, keep his hips underneath him. He gets the benefit, though, of Vanadia just opting for the cut there to give him the one-point escape. And if you're Wisler, you've been, you get up 2.5 of riding time, 2 takedowns. You're only down effectively by 1 takedown if you can move quick and do work on top in the next period. So he's still got some opportunities to get himself back in this match.
Keep the hands out of the face.
What do you think the key is to take that first shot and finish on it and get him back even here before this period ends?
I think it'd be huge if Wisler could find some offense, get a takedown, and finish this period on top. That effectively, gives him more momentum heading into the third and chips away at that riding time advantage that Vanadia's built up.
Oh, you see he's trying to take a shot there at the edge of the mat, now covering. We're going to get a reset here. 25 seconds to go in this second period.
Yeah, and he's got some good attacks and initial offense, but I think Vanadia just keeps really good position, controls the center, good head-hands defense. And as you sort of climb up into these top 20 ranked guys, it's going to get harder and harder to score. So you got to be creative in setups, second, third motions to drive, attack, re-attack. And I think Wisler's just struggled to get that going so far in this match.
Well, Wisler also struggling to keep the headgear on. That's the most important part, equipment first.
Except if you're looking for cauliflower ear, which I know a lot of wrestlers view as a badge of pride these days.
Matt Ramos, they just did a video on social media for Purdue. He was the one that was getting churned out with the gnarliest cauliflower ear on the Purdue team.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I would also love to understand the challenges that he has using AirPods or earbuds or
okay, Green's gonna go neutral third period.
Some of that stuff. He's definitely an over-the-ear headphones guy.
Oh my goodness.
Get some good signal with those for sure.
You can't miss him. And right now, Ben Vanadia up 6-3 as we're into this third period. He has been in control. Purdue has been in control through these first 2 matches, starting at 184 tonight.
They have, but again, I mean, the score is not that deep in comparison to kind of how we've seen Vanadia dominate these first 2 periods. If Wisler can get a takedown or even just kind of stay on the offensive and maybe get some stalling calls in his favor, he can put himself back in this match. He's just struggling to get that opening, and Vanadia's doing a good job of keeping him tied up and keeping good position.
And he's got to get to work, Mike, because that riding time point, 2:36 is there. So essentially, he's down by 4. There you go. You see it secured.
Yeah, and that's a really good attack from him. A good job getting up to the body. Great whizzer here by Vanadia, but Wisler's got this seatbelt that he can still use to his advantage if he keeps the pressure going into Vanadia.
Gets that arm free.
And this is a good spot for Wisler if he can get some height, get some pressure on Vanadia's head. He might be able to create an opportunity, but the referee calls the stalemate, and they go back up to their feet with 44 seconds left.
That, though, the best we have seen from him getting in on a potential shot. And, yeah, Dad is getting a little, you starting to bob and weave here. Only 44 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think, you're comfortable if you're Dad, but I think you see some of the things I'm seeing where it's not quite out of reach yet. Let's see if Vanadia can keep good defense, control the center of the mat. Really good shot there by Wisler. Probably the best one of the match so far. Let's see if he can work up above that knee, control that far side, and he does.
It's an immediate release.
With the escape, he's now down by 2 effectively, so a takedown could win this match for him. Really good shot.
Wow.
Amazing takedown from Wisler.
Whistler in this third period has just come up with a ton of energy, and he's in front. And Whistler, a guy that they say is tremendously coachable, fights all the way to the end for the comeback victory.
What an amazing performance for Wisler, and a great shot of adrenaline for this Michigan State Spartan team.